10 Plagues of Egypt, a divine confrontation. The 10 Plagues of Egypt, as recounted in the book of Exodus, chapters 7 to 12, are a pivotal narrative in the Hebrew Bible, showcasing God's power, judgment, and deliverance of the Israelites from slavery. These plagues were not random acts of destruction, but deliberate, supernatural events designed to demonstrate God's sovereignty over Egypt's gods, Pharaoh's authority, and the natural world. Each plague targeted specific aspects of Egyptian life, economy, and religion, systematically dismantling the perceived power of Egypt's deities while compelling Pharaoh to release the Israelites. The plagues, description and significance. Each plague escalated in severity, systematically undermining Egypt's gods and exposing their impotence. Below is a detailed look at the 10 plagues, their effects, and their theological implications. Water turned to blood, Exodus 7:14-24. The Nile River, Egypt's lifeblood, turned to blood, rendering it undrinkable and killing its fish. The Nile was deified as Hapi, the god of fertility and sustenance. By transforming the river into a symbol of death, God demonstrated his dominion over Egypt's source of life. Pharaoh's magicians replicated this sign on a smaller scale, but their inability to reverse it underscored their limitations. Total frogs, Exodus 8:1-15. Frogs swarmed from the Nile, invading homes and sacred spaces. In Egyptian mythology, the frog-headed goddess Heket was associated with fertility and creation. The overwhelming presence of frogs, followed by their mass death, mocked Heket's power and turned a symbol of life into a source of revulsion. Pharaoh briefly relented, asking for relief, but hardened his heart once the frogs were gone. 3 lice, or gnats, Exodus 8:16-19. Dust turned into lice, or gnats, depending on translation, infesting people and animals. This plague targeted Geb, the god of the earth, as the very dust under his domain became a torment. Unlike the previous plagues, Pharaoh's magicians couldn't replicate this, admitting this is the finger of God, Exodus 8:19. Yet Pharaoh remained unyielding. Swarms of flies, Exodus 8:20-32. Swarms of flies filled Egyptian homes, but Goshen, where the Israelites lived, was spared. This distinction highlighted God's protection over his people. The flies may have challenged Khepri, a beetle-associated god of creation and renewal. Pharaoh offered a compromise, allowing worship within Egypt, but Moses insisted on full freedom, and Pharaoh reneged after the flies were removed. 5. Death of livestock, Exodus 9:1-7. A plague struck Egyptian cattle, horses, and other livestock, sparing Israel's animals.